Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to Breakout Studios online videos. I'm Taylor. We're going to be doing some basic point technique today, just a lot of strength and stuff to build strength in our feet and build the shape of our legs in our point shoes, so nothing too crazy. While you guys kind of get settled and warm up your ankles, we'll take a little minute to do that, but while you guys are doing that, I'll go over kind of a little bit of what I spoke about last week in case you missed last Monday. So for some flooring, I recommend either, I have a rug here that's not super plush, not very carpety, it's like very thin, so it still adds a little bit of friction, but it's still a stable surface unlike carpet. And if you don't have that, a Pilates mat is really good to give a little bit more friction and also a stable surface as well. So if you have a Pilates mat nearby, that'd be awesome. And then another kind of odd thing that a dancer friend told me is a cardboard box. So if you don't have one right now, for next week, you can kind of unfold a cardboard box, kind of create like a little surface. And that's a really good flat, stable surface that kind of reduces or gives you a little bit more friction as well for those point shoes. So I'm gonna kind of figure out my camera angling here, and then we'll get started in like a couple minutes or so. All right, I'll play some music and then we'll get started in a few minutes. You can kind of warm up your ankles and then we'll get started here soon. All right, we'll go ahead and get going. There we go. All right, so I tried to, this is a computer stand holder and I originally used it because it can take on a lot of weight unlike a chair can, so if my feet are hurting, I can really lean onto this thing, which you probably shouldn't do, but that's okay. I tried to re-angle it, so hopefully when I'm doing some exercises, you can still see my feet. I was trying to look everywhere for a little portable ballet bar and I didn't get one, so hopefully this you can still see my feet well. So we're going to start with the same warm-up as last week. Oh cool, are you going to join our point class? So we're going to have 7 prances, starting with our right foot. 1, up, 2, up, 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, down 8, and then rolling through. 1, rolling through, keeping the ankles tight together, straighten, leaving the heels where they are, lower down, and reverse, rise up, over the box, plie, and straighten. Start with our left. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down, rolling through, and reversing, and then we're going to come to first position, and then we're going to do roll through, It's much slower than this. Rise up, roll through, take a little, test your balance, or just feel that strength reaching through your arches, lower down, tendu second, same thing. Roll through, reverse, roll through, feel that nice balance, pushing your arches out towards the side, lower down, and back to first. So when we're feeling up in our first position, you really want to think right where the crosses of your ribbon and elastic are. Really feel your ankles pushing out. So it's not just your toe knuckles that are trying to push out, we're really feeling the ankles pushing out of our box. So 7 prances, roll through, reverse, to the left, and then we'll do our roll throughs in first, and I'll call it out too. So just getting our feet nice and warmed up, nothing too crazy. Here we go. So nice parallel, and right foot, up, left foot, up, down, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, lower straight, rolling through, plie, over the box, leave your heels where they are, and straighten, press down, rise up, and over, plie, starting with the left, and left, right, feeling that full articulation rolling through toe ball heel, and 7, and 8, rolling through, up, slowly lower, reverse, and turn out to first, rolling through, plie, rolling through, leave the heels there as you straighten, press down, rise up, over the box, plie, one more roll through, rise up, test your balance, feeling your ankles shooting out of your ribbons, lower down, tendu second, same thing, plie, and up, lower down, reverse, and up, feel your balance, and lower down, tendu first, good. All right, nice. Really making sure that whenever you're up and balancing in first or second or any position, but for what we just did, really make sure that your glutes are extra engaged to help with that balance. All right, let's do a little foot shaping exercise. So kind of similar to what we did last week, we're gonna kind of work on the shape of our foot in our pointe shoes, and also a little bit of a tendu as well, which can be really hard when you have a big block on your toes, but I talk about this a lot in my intermediate and beginner ballet classes. Whenever we do tendu, we always want to lead with the heel and lead with the toes coming back, and it's a lot harder to do that when you have a big box at the end. So we're going to have tendu front, over the box to wing that foot, try to leave the foot there and close. 1 tendu, close, fifth, 1 tendu, close first. To the side, over the box, try to leave your heel there as you straighten, close first, tendu, close fifth, tendu, close first. Same thing to the back. When we go to the back, tendu, we want to have that nice heel coming down to the floor. We don't want to have the full box because that creates a very ugly skull position. So we're going to have tendu, heel comes down over that big toe, straighten, close, tendu, fifth, tendu, first 3 releves, plie, up, plie, little faster releves, plie, up, plie, and straighten to the left. So tendu, over that arch, straighten, close, tendu, fifth, tendu, first, tendu, over, tendu, close, fifth, tendu, close, first, to the back, over, straighten, and back, plie, releve, plie, plie, releve, plie, and we'll finish there. So really working on that shape of the foot. All right, here we go. First position. And tendu. Over the box, straighten, close first, out, close fifth, out, close first, to this side, over, leave the heel there, out, close fifth, out, to the back, and straighten, close first, out, close fifth, out, close first, 3 releves, plie, up, plie, up, plie, up, plie, and straighten to the left, over and leave your foot there, out, close fifth, out, close first, to the side, and out, closing fifth, out, closing first, to the back, close fifth, out, close first, 3 releves. Plie, and finish, good. Nice. So now we're gonna do some more consecutive releves in first. When you're doing these releves in first, so you're up in first or second, there's a moment when you hit a little demi, your knees start to bend, and then you slowly press down. So we don't just want to flop down and then plie. We lift up to release the toes, then our knees bend. So there is a moment when you're in kind of this ugly position to really soften coming down. Just like when we do jumps in first position in the center, we want to kind of slowly prevent the heels from slamming down. So it's that same thing. We want to cushion the heels whenever we land. Even if we're doing super fast, our heels never slam on the floor. So now, let's do some more releves. So we'll have 3 and then turn and turn out. So plie and up, plie and up, plie and up, turn in, turn out, plie, up, plie, up, plie, up, turn in, turn out, and then 1, up, turn in, turn out, 1, up, turn in, turn out. Over the box, more of an opportunity to get the heels forward and the knees back, and then try to leave it there as you straighten. Little test your balance, lower down. Same thing in second. Plie, releve, plie, releve, plie, releve, turn in. Heels come forward, soften up, soften up, soften up, turn in. Glutes engaged to turn out, plie, up, turn in, turn out, plie, up, turn in, turn out. Over the box, leave it there, test your balance, lower down, and into first. Yeah? So now we're getting those inner thighs and glutes engaged to turn out in our point shoe box. All right, here we go. Oh wait, hold on, I'm sorry. I think it started halfway through. All right, take 2. So 3 plie releves, turn in, turn out. And up, soften down, shoot up, turn in, turn out, again. Turn in, turn out. Now just 1, up, turn in, turn out. Turn in, turn out. Forced over the arch. Leave your arches there. Engage the glutes, lower down, and second. And up, turn in, heels come forward. Turn in, turn out. Now just 1. And over the arches. leaving your heels turning out forward. Lower down and second, good. All right. It gets much harder to soften the heels coming down the more tired you get. So another thing with the second position, I spoke a little bit about this last week. We don't want to have a big wide second position like we do to start our plies. In flat shoes, we're doing a big romp, like what a wide second. This is just kind of like even less than a foot's difference. I kind of go to where my big toe or where your bunion is. So that's kind of the second. So that when you lower or when you rise up to second, you're not in this monstrous, really hard to control second. So your point second is a little bit smaller than the second that we start bar with in flat shoes. All right, so now we're gonna do the same pattern, same combination, but just a little different. So now we're gonna rise up, keeping our legs straight, rising up straight. So we're gonna have hold, 1, up, 2, lower straight, 2, lower straight, and 3, just the toes, and up, and straight. Rise up, and 2, rise up, and 3, rise up, just the toes, and now 1, up, just the toes, and 1, up, just the toes, and force over the point shoes, straighten, lower down, same thing in second. Remember to hold 1, up, 2, just the toes, down and up, just the toes. Oh, sorry, down and up, 3, and just the toes, and down, up, just the toes, and down, up, just the toes, and down, up, just the toes, and over the box, straighten, lower down, back to first. So I didn't do a good job showing this because I was very tired, but when you do the lowers with the toes, it's not a lower halfway and then rise back up. Your ankles, your goal is to keep the ankles exactly where they are, and it's just breaking in this part, breaking in that demi. So you have up, and it's just the toes that break, and then all that is that toe strength to push it back up and lower down. Yeah? So it's not a rise or a halfway lower. It's just breaking in the toes to really work on that toe strength. So lower and up, just the toes. Straight, up and straight, up, just the toes. 1, up, toes, straight, up, toes, over the arches, straighten, lower down, and we'll go to second position. So same pattern, but now straight legs and breaking in the toes instead of a turn in, turn out. All right, here we go. And hold 1, up, 2, down and up, resist, down and up, just the toes, resist, down, up, just the toes. Now 1, down, up, toes, and down, up, toes, over the arches, leave them there, and lower down, time to, and second, down, up, just the toes, and resist, up, resist, press up, just the toes, and 1, up, and over, and lower down, time to, and second, nice, good. All right, I don't know about you, I need a little breather, and while I do, if you missed my class on Thursday, we just adopted a new dog. His name's Polar. He's just sleeping on the couch right there, being a good boy. You kind of can't see him because the light's blinded, but anyways, okay, now I caught my breath. Hopefully you did too. All right, so next we're gonna do some work on one foot. So we're gonna start in fifth. We're gonna have fondue coupe, press up to su-su, slide out, tendu, fondue, rise up to susu. So now we're just releving and lowering on one foot. Same thing to the side. Fondue, up to susu, slide outside, up to susu. Fondue, up to susu, slide out back, up to susu, one slide outside, susu, passe, and susu. Same thing other side. Fondue, susu, slide out, susu, fondue, susu, slide out, susu, fondue, susu, slide out, susu, slide outside, susu, passe, susu. Yeah, so now it's really important now that we practice all that resisting to come down, because now it's going to be a lot harder on one foot. It's going to be really tempting to just plop down, but you really have to. I had a teacher that said, pretend like there's an orange, and you want to gently squeeze the orange with your heel. You don't want to plop it down. So we're really resisting. Fondue, susu, slide out, fondue, tendu, susu, fondue, susu, side, same thing back, and then slide outside, susu, passe, susu, and then we'll do it to the left. All right, here we go. Where was it? Okay, here it is. Hold on, sorry. I think it started halfway through. All right, take two again. And fondue, susu, slide out front, susu, fondue, susu, slide out, resist side, and up, resist coupe, and up, slide out to the back, and up, slide outside, susu, passe, susu, to the left, up, front, and up, resist, down, and up, to the side, and up, resist, and up, to the back, and up, one more outside, and up, passe, susu, and finish, good. All right, so shake it out, that was a lot on one foot. So now, we're gonna do the same combination, but adding a pas de cheval instead of sliding out straight. So that's gonna look like, this is very wobbly, but that's okay. So that's gonna look like fondue, up to susu, pas de cheval, up to susu, fondue, up to susu, pas de cheval, susu, fondue, up to susu, pas de cheval, up to susu, pas de cheval side, susu, passe, susu. So now same thing, but now we're encouraged with that pas de cheval. I like that pas de cheval because it encourages you to remember to lift before you come down. I talk about that a lot in my ballet classes. Whenever we're balancing and we're gonna come down, we wanna lift before we come down. So that pas de cheval is kind of encouraging when you come up to coupe, lift before you resist to come down. And for this pas de cheval, I like to take it through a sur le coup de pied with my legs to the front to work on that turnout and foot shaping. So what I'm going to be doing is sur le coup de pied to that pas de cheval. If the sur le coup de pied is not what you like to do, you can do coupe to the front. I like to do that sur le coup de pied because it really helps me feel my turnout and that shaping of the foot, that nice winged shape. So same thing, but now I'm just adding a pas de cheval. All right. All right, here we go. And fondue, susu, up, pas de cheval, down, susu, fondue, susu, pas de cheval, lift, lower, up, fondue, resist, up, lift, resist, pas de cheval side, and sous-sus, and finish. Good. All right, we made it through that one. Good. All right, so now we're gonna do some échappés. Before I say the combination, with these échappés, same thing as with our second, we want to make sure we're just going to that position with our échappés. We don't want to be échappéing out way too wide. We want to hit that same second that we just hit. Hit it and hit it with these échappés. And then also, I like to pretend that there are kind of two walls right here where my arches are going to go. And you want to hit where that crisscross is happening. You want to hit the two walls beside you with the top of your arches. Not your box, not your knuckles, but the top of your arches. So I'm really thinking hitting with my arches, those two walls, and hit, and hit. And then when we come in, it's that same resist. So we don't want to just slam our feet in, but it's resist and shoot out, resist to come in, even when it's fast. So now the combination, we're gonna have, let me remember it. Okay, so three, kind of same pattern as we've been doing. 3 in a sous-sus, and échappé, and 2, and 3, sous-sus, échappé, and 2, and 3, sous-sus, échappé, sous-sus, échappé, sous-sus, passé, sous-sus, lower and straight to the left. 1, and 2, and 3, and up, and out, and 2, and 3, and up. 1, and sous-sus, 1, and sous-sus, passé, passé, sous-sus, finish, and we'll finish there. Yeah? So same pattern in hitting that wall with our arches each time. All right. Let me just test this as the music I wanted. There we go. All right, here we go. And 3 échappés, and up, and 2, and 3, sous-sus, and out, and 2, and 3, sous-sus, and out, sous-sus, and out, sous-sus, plié, passé, sous-sus, plié. Let's go to the left, out, 2, and 3, sous-sus, and out, and 2, and 3, sous-sus. Just one, hitting that wall. Resist, sous-sus, and out, sous-sus, passé, sous-sus, and finish, and straight. Good. All right. Hopefully we're getting more warm now. I know I am. All right, so we're gonna do, let's do one more little thing at the bar. So this is a similar one. Now we're gonna practice having our ankles nice and stabilized while we're moving our supporting leg or our working leg around, making sure our supporting ankle is nice, solid, stabilized while we move our working leg around. So same combination that we did last week actually. So we're gonna have 5, 6, plie 7, sous-sus 8. We're gonna have 8 dégagés front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the side. Keeping that supporting leg nice and strong. Close back, front. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pas de cheval. Lower down. Sous-sus. We'll go other side. So 8 to the front. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 dégagés on point to the back. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 to the side, always changing. Keep the supporting leg strong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause your ball, lower down, up to susu, and finish. Yeah, so now we really gotta squeeze the glutes, hold that ankle strong as we're doing all of our really fast dégagés on point. And then the goal is not to have big, strong kicks. It's just a couple inches away. Yeah, so we're not doing full dégagés, just kind of little pulses even, just to make sure that our ankles are safe. Let me find the music I wanted here. Okay, there we go, that's a good one. So we're gonna have 5, 6, plie 7, up to susu 8 to prepare. So we're ready to go on 1. Let's see if I can make it in time. 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, little pulse. 6, 7, 8 to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Side back, front, up, down, susu, to the left, and 8, 3, working that ankle nice and strong, and 8 to the back, shooting energy down to the floor and side, really shooting that energy down, and up, down, susu, and finish, good. All right, nice. So now, oh my gosh, I'm like sweating more than when I teach intermediate and basic ballet classes. So now we're actually gonna take our bar weight. We're gonna do some stuff in center. Nothing on point. We're just gonna practice walking through our point shoes to really feel that our point shoe is a part of our foot, an extension of our foot, not just blocks that we're trying to kind of navigate through. So we're just gonna practice walking through and then balancing on one leg for just a little adagio. So nothing on point. So let's move our bar out of the way. If you have a giant rug like I do, or a giant Pilates mat to step on, that's great. If not, tile and carpet. Carpet might be a little bit wobbly, so if you have tile, that's fine. It might just be a little bit slippery, but we're not gonna be going up on point. So whatever floor you have for this should be fine. Or if you have a giant cardboard box, that'd be great too. So we're just gonna have, let's see if I can stay in the frame while I do this. We're gonna have 2 walks. So we're gonna have, and walk, toe ball heel, 2, and step, 3, tendu, lower arabesque, 5, and 6, tendu, 7, face on face, 8. And now we're gonna draw the leg up to passe. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And now we have 4 counts to kind of situate yourself. If you need to stay in the video frame, or if you have a very small space, you can kind of situate yourself since we're going to be moving forward. So to the left, 1, and walking through, and 3, and 4, rise to arabesque, 5, and 6, tendu, 7, and 8, passe, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, situate yourself, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna do it twice through right, left, and then right, left. So with these walks, we really want to feel that we're leading with the heel and we're stepping toe, ball, heel. We're not just kind of flat down. So we're really working through resisting with our feet. So resist, walk, and walk, and walk. And now shoot that energy down. Feel the opposition with your opposite shoulder as you rise leg to arabesque, tendu, 5th. I have my supporting glutes super engaged as I take my leg to passe, being careful not to lift the hip, keeping this hip down, this hip up, lower, situate yourself to the left. So let me just play the music so you can hear it. I think adagios on point without the bar is like harder than any consecutive releves or crazy hops on point. So figuring out how to balance on that tiny wobbly shank of your shoe is difficult. Here's our music. We'll just mark the right side. So walk 1, 2, 3, tendu, 5, 6, tendu 7, 5th, 8, and passe. 2, 3, 4, and situate yourself. And then we'll go left. Yeah? All right, here we go. And 2 walks. 1, 2, 3. And rise to arabesque. And 5th, and passe. And lower down. And situate yourself. Get ready to the left. And walk. 2, 3, tendu. And 5, 6, 7, and 8. And passe. We're going to stop after this. And we're going to finish before we go again. Good. All right, so one thing, I kind of struggled with myself with these walks and I remembered something, so I wanted to relay it on. With these walks, I know we're always like, you never want your way back in ballet. With these walks, you do kind of want to sit back a little bit and act like someone's kind of dragging you and you don't really want to go. If your weight's too far forward, it's really hard to kind of roll through your feet. So you kind of want to think that you have a partner and they're grabbing your hand, they're taking you somewhere, and you don't really want to follow where they're going. So you kind of have to, you don't want to lean back crazy, I was exaggerating, but you do kind of sit back and have your shoulders open as we walk forward for these walks. And then when you take that last tendu to arabesque, now we have our ribs closed and weight over the ball of our feet to be able to rise that leg up. Yeah? All right, take 2. And lean back 1, and 2, and 3. Tendu, and rise it to arabesque. Tendu, and 5th, and squeezing that supporting side. Hips not moving, and lower it down, squeeze it tight, and situate yourself to the left. Lean back 1, and 2, 3, tendu, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Squeezing that supporting side. And back to 5th. Good. All right, beautiful. Wonderful. All right, we made it through our second point class. Polar stayed fast asleep the entire time. Good boy. All right. Well, thanks for joining me again on this Monday. Have a good one. Bye, you guys.